straight to the young lesbians at the Rainbow Loot.
How would that cut Israel? If there was a sharpened sword, God would be cut.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, the Guerrilla Kitchen came out on social media and said, Israel Folau made a donation to Rainbow Youth. Seems strange, isn't it? On their Facebook post. Now, what they didn't realise, they're talking about Israel and his family, was that their money was going to be spent at Guerrilla Kitchen, was going straight to Rainbow Youth, an organisation that embraces diversity and offers support for our young and vulnerable rainbow community. And glad to see that they're not #NotAshamed for supporting such a great cause. The restaurant, which is owned and operated by a lesbian family, was praised for its actions online and oath it should be. In response to one post, Guerrilla Kitchen explained it hadn't asked Folau to leave because they believed that it could make a more positive point by serving him with love and kindness. We found it quietly amusing he ate food cooked by a lesbian and then served by a lesbian. We haven't gone to hell yet. And nor shall you, ladies. More power to you.
Absolutely.
Now, all I want to say is...
I want to know if the lesbian spat on it. Just like, I would love to hear read a court document that basically said it was a lesbian-served meal with lesbian saliva all over it.
I think the girls are above all that shit. I think they just went, Israel Folau, we're going to you up sometime. We're into you. And they were in the kitchen while...
No, they're not into him.
No. They're in... He's chowing down on his homemade... really nice lesbian food, right?
So was it like a chicken breast?
I think it was actually a veggie restaurant.
With box spice?
I don't know. It was like idiot food because it's Israel Folau. He probably went in there going, I just want chips and a pie. Pie, chips.
No, like, this is the reason why I don't have a fucking contract.
Israel hungry. Food Israel. Anyway, so...
Israel smash!
I like to think that the girls were standing at the doorway of the kitchen watching him take every sacrilegious bite going, yep, you're God's you now. Where's your God now, Israel? Where's your God now?
I would hope that one of those, even though it probably burnt them in the asshole, that they wiped that chicken breast right up the sweaty crack.
No.
Gets hot in the kitchen.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
Every time I go to Sydney, and I hate going to Sydney, and I'll tell you why I hate going to Sydney, Az.
Because it's full of Israel Folau.
No, there's tolls everywhere.
Tolls, yeah.
But when you get to your destination, right?
Yep.
You don't want homeless people whinging and whining. Give us $1. Give us $5. No.
I take FPOS.
No. The one thing I don't like about Sydney is the bin chickens.
The bin chickens.
I hate
the majestic ibis.
Jenna, who's joined us, will actually point out that they're not only in Sydney, but they're at our local rubbish dump, correct?
They are. They're everywhere, and I hate birds.
All birds or just big birds? Or
all birds.
What about big birds? So Sesame Street would have been really bad for you as a kid then.
Carol Spinney, like he's a lovable character. Like you want to hug Big Bird.
I didn't watch Sesame Street growing up purely because Big Bird was in it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought it would have been that Telly or Elmo were on the coke. Like
Elmo's tweaker.
Elmo's total tweak.
Elmo had red hair. I liked Elmo.
Yeah, well, that's true.
We had red fur, not red hair.
Same thing.
Oh,
it's not like that.
Where did the original...
Yep. I'm going to go back to these bin chickens.
All right, the bin chickens.
Now, the ones you see out here at the dump that we go, all right?
Yep.
They're filthy, dirty birds.
And they got those growths. Have you ever noticed how they got those tumours and shit on it? Yeah, they're
tumours
nasty.
Laced all over the bin chicken, right?
Yep.
You go to Sydney, they're fresh. They're young. They are.
So you reckon they send them out here to die?
Probably. But then there's pelicans. Like there's a dam at the dump here, right? And the pelicans come out and they're just like going across the bloody lake and all that kind of thing, and their legs are going, bah, 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 right? That whole thing about ducks look like they're graceful on water, but underneath the water, they're kicking like shit.
Yep.
Bin chickens.
They're not graceful.
Those poxy things that they are.
Have you ever seen them fight?
Yes, I've seen them fight over bags and shit.
Yeah.
At in laneways down near Circular Quay.
Oh, they're bad down there.
Well, the bin chicken ads isn't viewed in the best light in Australia because I've just told you that.
Yes, we know that.
But the black beak, long stature bird and the small head, large body, white feathers, apparently in Egypt is gold. They worship the ibis.
Yeah.
Because they, over here, they're just pulling plastic bags to house. Researchers from Griffith University have discovered that Egyptians used to keep wild populations of the bird around temples before turning them into mummies to offer them up to the gods. Now, listen, ancient Egyptians.
They mummified everything, dude.
Now, have you seen some of the photos of the people in Crete? No, not Crete. When the volcano came.
Oh, Pompeii.
Pompeii. There's a bloke jerking off.
What else are you going to do? Death's coming.
Shit.
You might as well be as well.
Death's coming. May as well batter off some children.
Yep.
And then he's covered with ash. And you can go past him today. You can walk into some of the village rooms.
At least he was happy.
Or was he?
It's the first release of that Bruce Willis movie, wasn't it? Die Hard.
Hang on a minute. Like, was he happy? Like, he would have burned.
He might have got to the vinegar stroke, though.
Yes. Yes. There it is. He was on the vinegar stroke.
Could have got to... But why would you just go, well, Vesuvius is erupting. I may as well just bat one off.
You might as well.
But anyway, over in Egypt, the bin chicken was
a god.
God.
Yeah, it's like cats. They love cats too.
Have you seen, actually, speaking of cats, have you seen the trailer for the live action Cats movie?
No.
It makes me want to tear gouges in my skin.
Right.
It's creepy. I don't like it. Like, I had my hands around my phone like this. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Just have a peek.
I'll have a look through the week and get back to you on that one.
The study's been published and it disproves a theory that ancient Egyptians would farm the ibis so that they had loads to choose from when they wanted to mummify them. What do you think about that?
They mummified everything. Like, when the pharaoh died, they'd mummify like all his horses, his cats, his pets, his dogs, his cattle, his servants. If you were really lucky, you got banged on the head and mummified. Otherwise, they'd just wall you up in the pyramid with him alive. They were brutal, man. The ancient
banged you on
Egyptians.
the head?
No,
I was wondering if it was the start of like a KFC kind of thing, like they mummified it to see if it like preserved the chicken.
Ooh,
then they
maybe.
could eat it later on.
So that's why the KFC in this town's so bad. They're actually using mummified Egyptian ibis instead of chicken.
Possibly.
I think it would be.
How did the Egyptian ibis get to Australia?
They could have been the storks that delivered babies here and then they've just populated.
Maybe they're the storks that deliver shit babies. You know, the ones that won't shut up. They're always crying, shit everywhere and turn out to live in the western suburbs.
Well, apparently they
got tats.
You got tats. If you farm bin chickens,
Right.
for example, the genetic variations within those chickens will be minimal because you're keeping the genes in the pool.
Yes.
But if you can pair those to those mummies, to the wild population of ibises which live in parts of Africa today, they're very similar. So I don't know how they caught a flight from the red eye from Perth over to Sydney
I don't know.
to hang out in alleyways.
I think they just pop up out of the ground,
Their
don't
beaks are the worst beaks.
they just look awful. They're all grey and nasty and like kind of look like a testicle with a beak.
Well, they've discovered that Egyptians used to mummify about 15,000 ibises
Yeah.
every year, and they would stuff each one inside a clay-looking vase, and they were stored in the temple's catacomb. A bin chicken.
Yeah, along with the cats and the small children.
A bin chicken.
But they weren't bin chickens over there. They didn't have bins in Egypt.
Okay, it's a clay pot chicken. Why would you stuff a bin chicken in a clay pot?
So, you know, okay, here's the thing. You know when you
Wait. I think I know who is the answer for this. Israel Folau.
He needs a couple of bin chickens in jars thrown at his head from a mortar.
The
This is gonna be good.
With Benny and Az.
Last week, as we talked about, Greta Thunberg received an open letter from a university professor
Yes, she
who
did.
basically shot her the down. But now there's this whole thing where they found this photo of a girl that looks like Greta Thunberg from 1892. She's mining gold out of this hole. And everyone thinks Greta Thunberg is a time traveler. Now, is she a time traveler or not?
No.
120-year-old photo. And all the conspiracy theorists are going, it's Greta Thunberg.
You see, the thing,
By the way, this is the start of the speed round. Ding, ding, ding. There we go.
the thing is, the issue I have with this is that no one on the internet has come out and gone, it's a fake. Oh, they photoshopped a head on. Now, see, you put up photos of the moon landing, you put up photos of the Mars rover, and everyone's, oh, it's a fake, it's a soundstage in California. Bloody, no. Anything scientific gets on the internet, someone will go out there and scan it pixel by pixel and go, that pixel's wrong, so therefore the moon landing was faked, Kennedy's still alive, conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. This photo lobs, right? And it's a passing resemblance to Greta Thunberg. We don't even know what colour hair this chick's got because she's got some sort of kid turban on.
That's true.
And no one's gone, oh, it's a fake. No one's scanned it and gone, oh, the light rays are exactly 1 degree different to the light coming in behind her. It's obviously a Photoshop. No one said that.
But she's wearing the exact same signature braid that Greta Thunberg's got.
So she's the only girl in the world with braided hair. Now, Jenna,
No,
come in
she's
here.
not.
Back me up here, right? So you're mining for gold, okay? Mm-hmm. And you got long hair.
Yep.
Long, luscious red ranger hair there.
Which you do.
And so it's hot, heavy, hard work, right? You're bending over a lot of the time with a pickaxe. Don't forget this 150 years ago. No pollution spewing machines or anything. You're doing all this by human power. You got a pickaxe and a hole in the ground. You're hitting the ground with the pickaxe.
You're told to dig this hole.
Told to dig the your hair's everywhere. It's in your face. You're sweaty. It's dirty. What are you going to do with it?
Braid it.
There we go. We have a women's perspective. She's going to braid her hair to get it out of her face, isn't she? Like, come on, flat earthers. I expect better. I expect better from you.
Before you lose breath in your yellow shirt, okay, it's impressive, but it's not that impressive because conspiracy theorists are at it again, as
Of course they are.
with this 120-year-old photo depicting a girl that bears an uncanny resemblance to Greta Thunberg.
Right.
Okay, now, there's been conspiracy theories over the phone, over the years, where they think that they see someone on a mobile phone and photos that have been taken in the teens, the 19 teens.
Yeah, Nick Cage, he's often turns up in old photos.
Now, this photo that's been unearthed from archives, and it's from the University of Washington, shows 3 children working at a gold mine in Canada. Canada. So they've come fresh from the set of Degrassi, and it's a girl wearing Greta's signature braid and stoic expression. When you look at the photo, holy shit, it actually looks like her.
There is no expression on her face, though.
If you're 15 years old and forced to mine gold in a horrible, cold Arctic winter in Canada, are you going to have a smile on your face? No.
She took the world by storm as a 16-year-old girl, okay, at the UN Climate Action Summit from her native Sweden, which, by the way, they sailed across.
Yeah, she won't fly in a plane because it's too carbon footprinty.
It is too carbon footprinting, okay? She swore off aeroplanes because of the environmental impact. She spoke so bluntly to US policymakers at the summit for not having stricter emission standards. She goes, how dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Hadouken. Sorry.
You've stolen my dreams and my childhood. Stolen her dreams.
And her childhood. But it's cool. She's got a time machine. She'd go back and do it again.
With empty words.
Empty words.
Now, listen, if she's back in 1898 with a time machine,
Digging gold.
digging the gold, mining for gold,
Maybe it runs on gold. Maybe that's why.
diving for pearls,
Man.
don't you think that the smart ass Greta Thunberg is going to go, I can arrive here